Hello, hello there.
Hey, how are you?
Yeah, I'm doing good. How are you, sir?
Good, good, good. Can you hear me clearly?
Yes, yes, I hear you clearly. Very clear.
Okay, great,
So, yeah,
great.
how's the weather out there in Delhi?
It's
Still cold?
very cold, man. Very, very cold.
Uh, yeah, but still, you became more healthy, I believe. Yeah, when I saw you back then, and like,
Yeah,
you,
I mean, 2 years of the pandemic, we didn't have anything to do but just sit and watch Netflix all the time or just sit and play the piano. And that's not all we did. So, yeah, just put on a lot of weight and
mm,
trying to get it all off now. We're running a lot.
yeah, good to see you there. And I'm very
Good to see.
thankful for accepting my, like proposal for the small live session. Like which means a lot, not only for me but for my friends and for my like the artist friends and all. They was really excited to uh, to watch me along with you. So I'm getting a lot more appreciation, and like it's like that's motivation for me, that I'm really
Uh,
it's, yeah.
I don't even know what to say. Just thank you so much. You're very kind. Thanks.
Yeah, so I don't think so, like I need to, I mean, like, yeah, I don't think so. I need to, like introduce you. Like normally, each and everyone knows that. Okay, in brief,
Everyone knows that. So if you want, you can introduce it. It's perfectly fine. Come on.
yeah. So yeah, in brief, he's a living legend. I say no. He's a living legend. Like, maybe like sir, could you just help me? The band started was already like more than 31 years, because I was going to.
Exactly 31 years. Yeah.
Alright. And previous that you guys was playing. I mean, like within 31 years. Yeah.
Uh, Before that, I was in school
Okay, 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 okay. So,
and
so,
I was playing inter-house music competitions and inter-school music competitions and uh, singing, representing my school in different competitions and things like that. Representing my house. Every classroom was divided into four houses.
yes, yes, sir, yes, sir.
And I remember from in junior school, I was in Baba House. Then I switched over to Gandhi House and used to represent Gandhi House. And basically, I mean, originally, basically, the singing started at the age of around 4,
All
you
right.
know, at home. And Subir, my brother, used to play the drums, like little kids. And so we used to play the drums on the dining table, and I used to just sing everything off scale and
Uh,
just random stuff. But that's where it started off from.
okay, okay. So yeah. So it's been like almost 31 years. Like, I believe I would say pioneer of rock and roll. I believe, right? Because like seriously, like even I was in class. I guess I was in class 10 or 9. Like when I heard that Bertie Trend. I don't know that. Like that guy. I mean, like that. Who? I mean, like who all had played that song. Like all of a sudden my friend came up. Like, and in each and every, like the annual concert said or teachers day, everything else, we used to perform that song, Body Train. Like later on.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's not only me, but like normally in Kalimpong and yeah, because of Son as well. So rest in peace. Yeah, so because of normally in each and every schools in Kalimpong, I don't think so. Like they haven't cover the trend. I've seen so many. I'm like, so yeah. So that's what. So like listening to you people, and like, and now you are on live with me. I feel really like, privileged and
I'm really happy to be here, man. Thank you. Thank you so much for calling me. Seriously.
yeah. So sir, let us move towards the band. It's been like 31 years, and like you guys are still rocking. Is there a new album coming up with? Are you guys?
Uh, we we just keep making new songs and playing them live, and once in a while maybe record it and shoot a video.
Okay.
But we don't really, you know, from the beginning only, never been into like consolidating an album and putting it out, but just singles. Like Butter Train was a single, Tears of the Wizard, and then there are so many others which have happened. They're all singles, and they're out there for free, man. You just go see them, download them, enjoy them. Music is for free. I mean, the thing is that the love that we get from you guys and everyone else is just you can't put a price on that. So I don't want to put a price on the songs that I'm gonna be singing or we are gonna be singing for you guys, and uh, you just can't put a price on something like that. I personally feel that's the way I feel, honestly.
So that's why people will. I mean, I believe like they will run. I mean, like the continuity is just because of that. What you're thinking about, because I came across so many artists, who had worked for couple of full EPs and all. And whenever I'm not backstabbing them, but like I don't find them as a true artist. Like I approached you, and it was just a single fraction of like okay. Okay, okay, Abhishek, let me know what is the procedure. You said that it's clear,
Hmm.
and let me everything also like uh, you have your own work and you will be occupied for that. But you just asked me when and what time you'll do, then I'll just send that out. I was not expecting also, to be frank and to be honest, sir.
Come
And
on, we're all normal people here, man. Why not? I mean, why
yeah,
not?
yeah, that is artism. I mean, like I feel that. So yeah, what I was telling is like whenever I approached them, they was like denying my messages because see why I'm doing all these things is like so just to brief you a little more because I want to make my Darjeeling musician fraternity and the Nepal musician like and all over the world I'm just getting a link so that we can collab with those countries or with those people. Like so it
Yeah.
will we have much more podium or say platform out here in Darjeeling. And
Hmm.
uh, yeah, it's somewhat Gantok is good. Like there are some more pubs and all. But even
Yeah.
Darjeeling is doing good in Glenris and all. They had started playing some music and all. And I believe we had been in for a show as well, no? In Darjeeling, Taurus, long time back.
Oh, yes, yes, I remember. This was, in fact, just around the time where I think that Nirbhaya unfortunate case had happened. I don't even want to take that name.
Uh-huh.
And we started the show by, like, before even playing the first song,
Mhm.
in the middle of the Chaurasta. I think that's what it was called. And there was like hundreds and thousands of people all around. And we lit candles in her memory and honored her spirit. And that is how we started the show. And it was a beautiful show. It was a beautiful vibe. And Northeast is, anyways, so very special to all of us here in the band. Mostly the introduction obviously happened because of Sonam,
Mhm.
and then when we got, we started going to the Northeast and different places in Northeast, we started realizing how much love for music there actually is in every household. I mean, in literally every household, there is somebody who knows how to play the guitar and somebody who knows how to sing really well. And it was like, wow, this, and the culture and the people, such nice, warm-hearted people, and the food is out of this world. Let's not even deny that. So yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Even I believe the people is also like honest. Uh, because yeah, most of the musician, yes, you spoke the right thing. Like in each and every place, I mean, like every home, there's a band. There's a
Yeah.
band. So that's what, sir.
And a
What?
good one. And a good one.
Yeah, yeah. So that's what like. So because in each and every house, there is one like musician. But like we don't get any kind of platforms. Like seriously. So that is very a kind of the what I'm feeling. So that's why I'm looking forward for making a production house recently started so that my fellow musicians doesn't have to move on to the Kathmandu and all to learn to do a good mixing and all. And first of all, to be frank, like we can't afford like the Indian music industry. We'll be making we'll be making 2 3 albums if we'll pay them. Like. And the second thing
Yeah.
is like I don't so like they will listen to native language. I mean the records and all as well. So somewhat yeah. So what I'm thinking is like I just wanted to do all those kind of thing from my end, and I wanted to launch with from Kathmandu itself because I had been there for 5 6. and the music scene is very rich, very very rich. Like people are still
Yeah.
jobs and they are earning good money. They are living their life. So yeah. So comparing to that or Darjeeling area, I mean like say West Bengal only or others. It's like I feel sorry to those artists and all. Only I had left playing these days. So what? Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Such talented musicians from the Northeast, which who unfortunately, apart from a few, do not get a platform to play for the rest of the world to see. Apart from a few, and that is really really unfortunate, because irrespective of where you're from, if you're good, you deserve to be heard, you deserve to be known, and you deserve to be compensated for what you are offering, which is brilliance. And I have seen these people myself, and I've been in awe of these musicians from Gangtok, from Darjeeling, from Nagaland, Manipur, everywhere. I mean, it's crazy. Such great musicians and such little exposure. Apart from a few places,
yeah.
uh, I really wish things were different. I really wish somebody gets down to doing something about it, and I'm going to be the first volunteer to help you out in whatever way I can.
Yeah, so that's what like it's so normally what I'm delivering with this live session is also like like maybe it's a reason. I mean like I'm just giving a reason or somewhat like that. It depends on people how they are taking me, because yeah, to be frank, I got into all those kind of chemical substances and all back then. What I mean, even I used to have a band, and like we had recorded a couple of albums full, and then but it was like we need to go to our cousin's place with the CDs and all. Then we used to like this our album, please do listen, and we need like, and like we ourselves need to ask, give us 500 rupees for this 500 for that. Anyways,
Oh my.
yeah, so that is
Yeah.
the a kind of like so that all we used to do. And we, and wherever like if it's a countryside or say tea gardens or all, we just want this platform, or concert we just need. We used to go random, we humko sirf bajana hai, we just need to play. If somebody will ask,
Yeah.
yeah. But that was the wrong thing, as I think, because these days people, the first of all, until and unless we won't get paid, they don't think like we are professional. However we play, like they think like these guys are not free mein aa raha hai, free wala band hai. They have that notion. And and normally a second thing is the I want to tell you is like, yeah, so yeah. And so all the things it happened is like after that I didn't go anything else. So I
Mm.
got substances, then I was like feeling good, like the rock and roll chill vibe, like we used to get, okay fine, okay, no depression at all, like getting cool. Then we used to go to for jam and all, everyone high, like. And later on, slowly what happened is like we got into it, like uh, addiction started, like for 1 2 3 days, something like that. We was, like we're chilling, a good trip around, we feel ourselves like a rock star or metal head, something like, banging our heads, doing all this kind of things, those bad days. And so that's what. So I myself, I want the people who are watching me or who are gonna watching a recorded this live session. I'd request you to do no drugs at all, because see, I had faced that, you know.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because so normally why I'm telling that is like maybe some people will think like it's just because of like आप लोग ने कर लिया आपका time में, like you people had did that, why not us? But I had faced that and I had experienced all those things. So I just request you people, like not to do all those kind of drugs and all. So yeah, and I do host some small events as well, for the junior artist and all with my own pocket money.
Wow.
So that's just to motivate them. So like so that is it. Yeah.
So
So
I think also, there is this kind of a cliche attached to being associated with rock music, sex, drugs, and rock and roll.
Mm-hmm.
It's not necessarily true.
Yeah, yeah. It's not
You know,
necessary.
I mean, everyone in my band is a beer drinker. Can you imagine? Only beer drinkers.
Mm-hmm.
All of us. And that is it. That's where it ends. And that's how it's always been. And so, and like you said, like if you're a rock star, if you want to use that stupid word, and first of all, end of the day, we're all human beings. We're all, our aim should always be to help each other out in whatever way we can. I, when you asked me, okay, can you come for this? I did not, and I'm saying that it goes the same for everyone in my band. That they're not going to ask you, okay, how many people do you think you're going to have live? I hope there are a minimum of 500 people, or otherwise we're not coming, or anything of that sort. The people who already have 500 or 1,000 people logging in all the time, or maybe 100,000, they don't already need the support. They already have made it. They've got the
Correct.
huge fan. It's people like, us who need to break this stigma of that we need to go only for the high profile live sessions and this and that. We need to start from the basic ground level, because we need to understand that that is where we all started from.
Yes, sir.
There was a time where nobody knew us. Nobody knew us. I mean, probably when we named the band, probably my parents also didn't know that the band's name is called Parikrama. They know that there are a bunch of kids in the garage making a shitload of noise. But, it is like God has been very kind, and lot of hard work, blood, sweat, of course. That's all part of the game if you want to be somewhere. But the whole point is that we should never forget our roots. We should never forget where we start from. Because the day you do that is the day you start falling down. And so nobody is out of bounds for a show for you to appear on, or for an Instagram session to come on to, or nothing. I mean, we just all got to help each other out. Maybe I'll call you. You've said you're a musician. Maybe I'll call you tomorrow and say, "Hey man, why don't you come and sing with us for a next song?" I hope you'll agree.
No, yeah. So obviously, that will not be every. Like, if you are asking us to sing a song with Parikrama, everyone, everyone. So like so
But the point is to not take that for granted. Not take that for granted that I am gonna call somebody and they're gonna come running. Once you start thinking like that, you're screwed.
correct. I agree with.
You stop being the human being that you so proudly proclaim to be. You know? So it is like I would want you to come and sing a song for me, but I would not expect you to just turn around and say, "Yes, I'm coming right now," and what a great opportunity. Bullshit, man. Come on, let's come over, let's have some fun. Let's try to fiddle around a few notes and pick up some nice chords, make a nice melody, write some nice lyrics, and just put out a good song together. So it works like that. That's the way I feel, honestly.
Yeah, I had maybe I was in college something days. There was a kind of collaboration, kind of the live session named Devarist, right? Devarist.
Yeah, duelists.
So you guys
They
used.
don't show on TV.
Yeah. So yeah, that it was going good, no? Like what happened then? I had came across with this balcony session as well. People used to go and play their music on balcony. That was really refreshing, like because
Yeah.
normally what happened is like, see, in our place we won't be able to get the hyped artists. Like it's very hard to get sponsorship out here in Darjeeling. I don't know about Sikkim and all that state, but for Darjeeling, it's very hard because I want my people, to I mean to watch a band like you and say it from some Nepalese band, who are representing Nepal in all over the
Okay.
world. So like yeah. So even I have a good bonding with them, and like right now I'm saying actually this my personal thing. I shouldn't share, but like I find a kind of what to say that that vibe with you, like nothing I will sharing kind of that. So yeah, so they literally they'll say we don't need any band fees, Abhishek. No need to give any band fee. We just want is the flight tickets and the fooding and lodging, that's it. But still like I'm unable to do that. Like so right now, yeah, that was back then, but right now I'm generating some money. Like I'm investing in my small studio, like monthly basis, something like that. Actually I work in Bangalore, so these days I'm doing work from home, so the expenses will be,
Okay.
yeah, the expenses will be less, so that amount I can put up in some rigs and also. So yeah,
Yeah.
so as talking about that Divarist and the balcony session was like we won't be able to like I mean the watch the people like the bands like Parikrama and say the others. So like if normally that was a good, I mean like we are able to see that live was like playing on balcony and you guys traveling to here and there and bunch of like musicians together and playing. So that was a refreshment for me. I don't know about others. Maybe the same thing happened. Like so yeah. So that was going well. I don't know, but it just got stopped or what? The,
I don't know what exactly happened, but
Mhm.
if it's still happening, I don't think it's still happening. I really don't know. But
I,
whatever I used to watch it, it was always great fun.
I had seen you once with I guess that Agni Shilpa Rao. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah,
Agni Shilpa Rao and Parikrama. Yeah, that was the Duelist episode, and the song was called I Believe.
yeah, I believe yes, I believe. Okay.
Yeah.
Then so Nitin, who will compose and arrange your music? The everything else, like you all people together, or is there?
It's see, it is always used to start with me, and then I'd get Sonam in, and we'd work out a structure and a basic skeleton of a song, and then we'd put it in front of the rest of the band, and then that is how we'd go from there. And I guess that is I don't know how to go about it now. I guess I'll have to make the structure and everything, and maybe Saurabh can help me, our other guitar player, and to put in the the guitar element, and because he's very good with the riffs and stuff, and chord voicings and stuff. So you can really make some can really work with him, and probably put out some stuff and put it in front of the band. And then there's so many bands, and in our band it is not like that the drummer has to do the drummer's parts only, or the
Yeah.
keyboardist has the keyboardist parts only. There's so many. I remember there's this song we have. I don't think we've recorded or released it yet. It's called Screaming Town. And the best music part about that song was actually suggested by our drummer, Srijan.
Uh-huh.
He came up with that part and said, "Why don't we do this instead of what we're doing in this particular section?" So it's all open. It's like it's a true democracy in the true sense of the word.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
it's like everyone's open to suggest anything to anyone.
Mm-mm. Yeah. So yeah, maybe the drummer is the youngest one in your band, I believe, right?
In the permanent members, yeah, I would say so. Yeah.
Uh, and I used to chat with your guitarist as well. In my old account, even he was very loyal. Like he used to send the videos and all. Like his playthrough and all. Saurabh, right? Saurabh something was there. Saurabh. I
Yeah,
forgot.
that's all.
So like it was a kind of see people sharing their music. He didn't thought about I'm from fucking Parikrama. Like see, I'm on this side. Yeah, so that is what I say. That's a true artmanship, or say the professional artist. Beside that, those who like the big. What I'm sorry, yes, move on. What would you like to convey?
No,
Yes.
it's about. I told you everyone in my band. I keep on saying my band. That's wrong of me to say. In our band
That's what
is
we are.
like that.
You can.
and we're all very simple, down to earth people and very approachable. Can approach any. If you want, I'll give you everyone's numbers and you can call them on your show. And
Mhm.
I don't see a problem with anyone, you know, coming up on your show and having a talk with you, or for anything else for that matter. So that is, like you said, you were talking about Saurabh. It's like nobody has this thing about that, you know, we are in Parikrama, or we've been around for 30 years, or we made this, or we've done that, we've traveled the world, we've played in Kennedy Center, in Washington, or USA, wherever.
Yeah.
And so, no, those things, they're all a part of life. They're all, you know, the fruits of your hard work and labor. So you're just getting back for what you worked for, which everyone does. And so there's no reason to be extra, you know, stuck up about it. You always remember there are a billion people doing better than you at what you are,
Mhm, mhm, mhm.
at what you're doing.
Yeah.
And they're very, most of them, a lot of them who I've met are very nice, down to earth people.
Mhm, mhm.
Who the hell are we? Who the hell am I? No, man.
Yeah, yeah. So actually, like Nitin, these days I just see, like the people, move on with the likes and the views. Like for example, if I'm a if I'm a studio owner, and and if other the new, I mean, like those so that, I mean, what to say, see normally, yeah, what happens, like there is old school audio engineers, and say no, this thing, they are digital, I mean, engineers. So these days what people think is like they just like make an opinion with your likes and views. Okay, this guy have 1000 likes, and if I do like a good quality kind of music, and if they see I just have 200 likes, is like, no, I'll go with it. They doesn't look for the quality, they look for the quantity of likes. So what would you like to suggest these days, in everything else I see around that only, like that. So
I see that is the most unfortunate part about the internet,
okay.
is the addiction of approval, of having likes or views or whatever you want to call it. I think the truth is in the product. Instead of seeing how many likes the song has, listen to the bloody song, then make a fucking decision if it's good or not.
Yeah.
There it could be for whatever reason that now what all also, nowadays, I mean, you heard stories of people buying likes in thousands and lakhs for exorbitant prices for their songs.
Uh-uh.
I mean, how does that work? When
Yeah.
you call them to your city, you'll end up hearing a shitty song or a shitty show. That's not the point. So just hear the songs, hear the band, and talk to them, have a chat, have whatever, have a drink together if possible, and a beer in our case. And
Yeah.
of course, we never just stop at one, so there'll be a lot of beers when we're talking about that. And yeah, take it from there.
Yes, sir. Okay, okay. So, yeah, guys, I won't be able to read your text as of now, but I'll be giving a reply. Even Nitin, I will give you a reply regarding, like. So, as of now, we'll just go through the session, and after, because we do have a particular time, and even Nitin, like, he just spared a hour of time, his precious time. So, I'll be getting back to your comments and all, and even Nitinda can like look back. I mean, normally there's a lot more questions out here, so like, yeah.
Surely.
So yeah, so we'll do that. We are not being rude.
No, you're not
Yeah.
being rude at all, man.
So yeah. So that, yeah, as talking about that, I was obsessed with the violinist which you have. That guy was like, seriously, he talks so fucking well. He have that energy, like on gigs and all. Like, what about it right now? I didn't saw. I mean, like that same guy in on your lineup band lineup. Where is he right now?
Currently, we have a guy called Sohail who's on the violin,
Okay.
and he has the same amount of energy and same amount of skill, same amount of talent, if not more,
Uh-huh.
and same amount of enthusiasm to do more stuff. So it's always whenever somebody has to move on for some reason or the other, and we're looking for a replacement of any sort, if
Mhm.
that is a word we are using today. First of all, we look for the kind of person that we want to include in the band. How is he as a person?
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
And then comes later on comes the rest of the stuff with talent, and give them our songs and ask them to pick it up and make the
Right.
violin parts, and then come for an audition, not a very informal audition, rather, not like six of us sitting like this with serious faces and like, okay, play that song, kind of. No shit like that.
Uh-huh.
It's a very easygoing atmosphere, and it's all very cool.
Okay. So,
Great fun.
so yeah. So that's why like because I had refreshed each and everything else. I started like because to be frank, I was listening to some other bands. These days kids are playing totally they are fucking insane. Like the gent and all and the math rock. This and I used to just like dig that out. So like because see, I mean like on my era, I mean like late 80s or whatever else. So like we like grew up listening to JNR, Megadeth, Iron Maiden, and yeah, that is also yeah some of those like cassettes also we used to get with our uncle's place or something like even because he's
Yeah.
into that. So yeah, and looking forward that maybe that's the reason like we had following all those bands with the on the thrash band, say Slayer and all. So like yeah, so Nitinda, which band like normally motivated you to get into music or say it like I believe there will be one idol for each and every artist. So what was like
It's very strange and a coincidence that you asked me this question, because I was talking to somebody the other day and on Instagram chat. I don't even know who that person was. And he or she asked me the same thing.
mm,
And to be honest, I'll tell you what happened was I first discovered my love for singing
okay
without being inspired by a great singer. I just fell in love with singing. I just loved to sing when I was a little kid. And it was grown up and started listening to. I remember there was a time in school, when I used to listen to Michael Jackson, Vam, and all these pop acts. And my brother Subir used to get these tapes of Metallica and Led Zeppelin, and I was like, "What the hell is this? What is wrong with you? What are you listening to? What is all this noise?" And after a couple of years, by the time I was in college, I was totally hooked on. And then I realized that, and a little later in life, that I realized that my favorite, like my idols, are Freddie Mercury, Robert Plant, Jeff Tate, Kishore Kumar, definitely, and Mohammed Rafi, and there's just way too many. There's Sebastian Bach, and just lots of them. Yeah, they're just great people. But predominantly, if I had to name one person, if I like somebody put a gun to my head and said, "Okay, you have to name just one person," I would say the greatest vocalist for a band to have ever walked this planet is Freddie Mercury.
yes.
To have those 80,000 odd people in Wembley, or whatever stadium that was, I think it was Wembley only, and he was doing his warm up routine literally, and he's making them literally do the same. Hey, oh,
Yeah.
hey, oh. hey, and shit like that. And everyone is going on. And you still see that on YouTube and you still get goosebumps. It's I don't think anybody else has had that power as a showmanship and as a vocalist in terms of his range, not only as a vocalist, but his his range as a musician in terms of composing the kind of stuff he did. Phenomenal. And yeah, one person I forgot to mention as one of my favorite vocalists is Geddy Lee from Rush. He plays the bass, he plays the keyboard, he sings, he plays occasional rhythm guitar, occasional percussion. It's just a three-piece band. That guy's crazy.
Yeah, I haven't listened to them. I must so like Rush.
Get this album called Moving Pictures. You'll love it.
It's RUSH, right?
Yeah, RUSH.
I'll check that out after this. So, so yeah, I was seeing some message. I mean, like like they wanted you to, studio work on. That was 2, 3 people had sent that. Okay, okay. I didn't find that. Later on, maybe that. Yeah. So yeah. About one of your song, they wanted it to record. Like there was some people was asking you. So yeah. Anyway, so so normally, actually, I don't know whether to ask this question or not, but it's just my not only my maybe other curiosity as well. Like, do you guys, yeah, do you guys are a full-time musician or you do have some other professional, like profession to run? Yeah.
All of us have, each and every one of us have other professions as well.
Mhm,
Each and every one of us from the beginning.
mhm, mhm.
That is something that our manager, Subir, who's my brother and who's also the keyboard player of the band,
Yeah, yeah.
uh, when we were just getting our first couple of shows, he said, guys, just make sure you don't depend on this full time.
Mhm, mhm, mhm.
Just make sure you have your jobs or whatever you want to do. So, luckily for all of us, we're mostly into freelancing stuff. So, we can pick our own time and everything. And nobody's into a 9 to 5 kind of situation, corporate uh, lifestyle at all. So, that made things simpler.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah. So what would you suggest? Like these days, the upcoming bands and all, uh, they think like they need to they will grow up with music only, like everything will be music will be everything for them. They can earn, they can travel and all. What would you like to suggest? Like normally, my personal from experience, like you need to have one job, like and after that, like if I don't have job, I won't be able to set up the studio, right? Because that's
Okay.
so the like the same thing, like could you tell it, so like maybe they listen to you rather than me. So yeah.
Uh, I would say, music is something, keep that to keep your soul happy
Mm-hmm,
and keep a job to keep your girlfriend or your
mm-hmm.
family happy
Yeah.
and your wallet happy.
Uh-huh.
Because unless you keep your wallet happy, you will not be able to buy that next guitar you've been eyeing for the last 10 years. So do have a backup definitely all the time, always. I tell everyone all the time, always have a backup. Always have a backup.
So yeah, so how could we take that, like because see, actually for some people I was doing podcast last time, like so I had a word with one of my guests, and like she was like telling, like actually the music should be your first profession, and like the work which she is doing, that should be second profession. So in this regard, what would you like to say, like the choreographer first or your work first?
See, if I were to choose, if you're asking me to choose between the two, then I would let any day or any night or any time of the day or night, I will choose parikrama. I would rather lose my job and have the band than have my job and lose the band. I would want to be with this band till the day I die, and I'm going to. And I'm sure everyone in the band feels the same way. But you've got to be practical. The world is not as they show in the films.
Yeah, yeah,
You have to be a little bit more realistic, and you have to be sure that, like I said, you have to keep your wallet happy. There are bills to be paid.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
There is stuff to be done. I mean, if you don't even have, forget about a car, if you don't even have money to, let's say, even if you get a gig and you don't even have the money to go give to the cab guy to lug all your gear and reach the venue, how are you even justifying it to yourself?
mm,
So you've got to be practical and keep a good balance between the two. Like I said, we've been lucky that in our case, we've all been freelancers. So for us, it's a little flexible.
uh-huh, uh-huh,
Like I am a vocal coach. I had to teach students online,
uh-huh.
singing lessons online. So I just had a class at 7 o'clock, which I called and said, okay, we're not going to have it at 7 o'clock. We're going to have it at 9 o'clock.
Okay.
I said, why? I said, because I'm going on Instagram live with a friend of mine, and they're like, oh, very nice, very cool. We'll also join and we'll tune in. And so it's just like, if you're lucky, you need to have to find that balance.
And yes, Nitin, thank you so much. Like for being kind to me. Like you reschedule vocal classes and all. It means a lot to me. Like so. So yeah. Oh, okay. So another thing is like the Parikrama School of Music, right? So that school is also, I mean, like yours. I mean, like, oh, I mean,
No,
yeah.
that has from the beginning been a project of Sonam
Okay.
and his wife Dina.
Yeah, yeah.
So they are the ones who started it until the time Sonam was here with us
Mm-hmm.
in this world. He was a very integral part of it. I mean, he was the main person. And so, yeah, he is the one missing right now.
Yeah. So, so, yeah. Nitin, the out there, if some of my fellow, like my brothers and all, is there if they want to do audio, is it there? Like, any suggestions? Because I don't think so. Like in Calcutta and all, it's not that worth to do audio engineering. Like I don't think so. So and Mumbai is way too, like for common people like so in Delhi, do that particular school of or they do. I mean, like teach audio engineering and or else. Uh, the,
I don't know about Parikrama School of Music, but I think I have heard of a few places where they do teach audio engineering. I'm not sure of the names, but yes, I am pretty sure that I have read in the passing somewhere or the other that there are these places.
okay,
If
no,
you if you Google them, I'm sure you'll find a lot.
no, yeah, yeah. I mean, like I was asking on Parikrama. I mean, the music school. I was talking about that. Do they teach or not?
I I I don't know because I've never been associated with it
Ah,
on a personal level, on an individual level, you know. So I wouldn't know, but yeah, there are. If even if they are not doing it at Parikrama school, then there are other places. I am pretty sure I have read about them.
yeah. So likewise, no. Before then also, like some of my friends from Delhi, they came up. They just started Redemption House Road Studio Similar. So we was like hosting free seminars for music production out out
Wow.
yeah Darjeeling. In Darjeeling we did on Glenrees, and in Siliguri we did on High Spirits Cafe, and in Gantok was not my thing. Gantok on Gantok group they had it, but like what I felt bad is like see the people didn't sort of like it's a free show, like so normally go at least people if they have a small kind of seat, a brick, a kind of small knowledge. not small knowledge, little knowledge is very dangerous. I mean, like, like they should know what is music, like producing, how do they do, like how
Yeah.
do they and that. That was what I want my younger, like brothers around who is into music, and like but it's very sad to see there was very less amount of people, who joined us. So
Yeah.
so sometimes, like I think like what am I doing if I'm, giving my straight from Monday to Friday, even I have to work on my own profession. Saturday, Sunday, talking with you guys will make me refresh. Like I think,
Yeah.
like at least I'm into music. That feels come, like
People need to understand that there is only this much, a certain amount of knowledge you will get by watching YouTube tutorial videos. People think you can learn how to build a fucking rocket or a satellite sitting at home by watching YouTube videos. No, that's not the case. You've
uh,
got to have hands-on experience. You've got to have that guy standing behind you, kicking your ass, telling you what you're doing wrong. And you learn something from YouTube videos, and how do you know whether you're doing it right or not? So I mean, this whole culture of that okay, for anything, any medical this thing, just Google. If any skill set thing, just go to YouTube. That's not how it works. Otherwise, why do we need doctors and engineers and architects or anything? We could just go to YouTube and fucking build a bridge from here to Timbuktu. that's that you've got to have hands-on experience and let professionals do their job. That's my only advice. Learn from professionals. Yes, you can take help of these YouTube tutorials for when you have a doubt. In the middle of the learning process, there is certain doubt that okay, what am I doing wrong here with this particular plugin or this particular the way I'm tracking this guitar or something. Maybe that's where YouTube can help you, but to kind of rely completely on that and just disregard the value of talented real sound engineers, I think that's really sad. That shouldn't be the case. And I still see, trust me, I have worked with all kinds of engineers for maybe anthems or commercials or producing somebody else's stuff, and the kind of magic that a really good engineer who is actually studied the subject properly, the what he can do to your product and end of the day, it there's a world of difference from your people who the DIY we call them, the do it yourself people who learn everything from YouTube and just go ahead with it. There's a world of a difference, absolute world of a difference. So please respect this as a profession. It is a dedicated profession. It takes a lot of time and effort and money to get good at it. So do respect it, please.
mm, yeah, that's what like because I see around these days. Back then also, like normally what they do is like, do you play guitar? Yes. Do you play bass? Yes. Come, will form a band. That used to be like, and all of a yeah, and all of a sudden after 1 month or 2 months, like and people judge about your the looks as well. I don't know what you believe because see, having a long hair, like, and if I don't have that, like what say that caliber of playing the music but if I look a kind of that you say that funny word rock star feel.
The typical
Yeah,
cliche of a rock star. Yeah, I know what you mean.
yeah, so like even that thing, I don't think so like it's needed, because maybe earlier I used to think that long hair, ye to cool bajata hoga, he should be a killer man, but later on, like getting into music and traveling some other places. Then right now, what I think is like it's not about getting long hairs, wearing a black metal. I mean, like the black t-shirts and like cool tattoos and all. So later, I find that stupidity sometimes. Like so
Yeah.
yeah. So
No, see, Abhishek, the thing is when you're on stage and you're playing, it I personally think it should not look like five guys from the crowd just got on stage and they started playing. You've got to look a little different.
Yeah,
It,
yeah.
it, it is a demand of the job that you're doing. Yeah,
Mhm.
maybe it's your long hair or the way you dress or the way you carry yourself or whatever you do. But something's got to be different. There's got to be different. There's got to be some difference between you and the guy who's cheering for you in the front row.
Okay, okay, okay.
Who's going, Abhishek, 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 Abhishek. If he looks like more of a rocker than you, you'd be like, oh my God, I should dress up like him. So, yeah, there is in every job. I mean, in the world there are things that the prerequisites, as we call them.
Okay.
Unfortunately, they are true. You've got to dress up a certain way. You've got to take care of stuff, and yeah. But above all, just don't be an asshole. No
Mhm.
matter how successful you get, please don't be an asshole. People will start hating you.
Correct, correct. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, so like, so even catching guests like you and all, like I got some more, that kind of patience, so-called patience. I'm 0%. I don't have a patience label. That's why I just fucked up on each and everything. Second is short tempered, like 5 6 minutes, all of a sudden. Then after that, I just think why I did this, man. And in the end, the sufferings will be mine. Like my grandmom used to tell me, like, like sorrow is a self-made. I mean, sorry, angerness is a self-made sorrow. I still remember that, and I control these days. Now I'm grown up. I'm no more that. Like I need to look after my family. Like
Yeah,
so these all things. Talking to you guys, I feel that I myself kind of feel that like the professional, like you guys are talking to me, like because example is like if somebody is playing on Manchester United playground or say that, and if some other people like for me and if they on that same stadium, so I feel that vibe, no, okay, I get
yeah.
so maybe I got that capability, like to move on. So that's what's because of you all people, like I'm getting a lot more motivated. Not only me, like the person who is following my studio page or say it like that. I used to get an email. I used to get kind of the messages and all out there. That you are doing good, and some of them are sending me the songs and all their records, and they just wanted me to listen to that, and like, and we just then
That's
I
so awesome. That's
yeah
so awesome.
yeah like normally, and yes, and sometimes because I do work for a US bank, so to work by 8 to morning 5. All right, so what happened is like by that time I will be quite so busy. So yeah, some of the people maybe like they are thinking like they didn't check this channel if they are, I mean, watching this. It's not intentionally. I'm not trying to watch videos, but I'll do in Saturday Sunday. So that's what it's. I'm so proud. Like they are, I don't know, but like what I say directly, like मेरे पास जितना knowledge, like because even I'm a self-taught, like जितना है
Yeah,
उतना मैं बताऊंगा आप लोग को, like beside that,
exactly.
then beside that, what I say like आप लोग का वो जो गाना मेरे को पसंद नहीं आया, I'll say it directly. Don't, I mean, like don't get it wrong. Okay, I,
Yeah.
I have to say I didn't like it. It's very so yeah, so like that I used, and people was like okay this and that. So that's what like I'm getting a good
It's
response.
important. It's important to give constructive criticism. I feel is the politically right word for it, rather than saying, "Listen, your song is crap." You give them ideas if they're like much junior, like really junior, artists, and they're starting out and they don't know much. You try to fill them up with ideas on how they can make that song so much better
Mhm.
because you have the experience.
Yeah.
And that is constructive criticism, and tell them, okay, this part you should have done. Maybe this will sound better. This part, maybe this will sound better. Maybe this part, maybe the bridge is coming too early in the song. Save it for later. It's a nice melody. Make sure that it comes only once. Don't repeat it because then it'll lose its value. You know. So
Yeah,
and it's a great guitar. This thing, instead of this guitar riff, why don't you try this? And the little things like that, and they
that's
end up working.
yeah. So in talking about this, so I just want to know people like I have been. I mean, I am a partnership with Any Music, which, streaming app. Okay, so
Okay.
website as later after this, what we are doing is like we are not like free of cost. I mean, like to all of the people who is watching is like it's free of cost. You need to can like stream it from a website, and like you can sell your merchandise, or else you can sell your online ticket as well. It's called a
That-
yes, yes.
That's pretty awesome, man. That's pretty good.
Yeah, so but still, each and every time I used to approach my band. I mean, like the upcoming bands. Bhai, ye sab ho raha hai. Come on, try this once. Like
Mm.
so that thing. What one of my what to say that a top in Nepali artist. I know I don't think so you know him. He's a vocalist of the Shadows. So like he suggested, don't approach like that, Abhishek. Like fuck them up. Yeah, you have a platform. If you go, like, hit them and still they deny, then that will be, like what to say. So he suggested me don't do. I mean, like you just say it in your post, or if they are interested, they will do. Don't ask them,
Yeah.
like so. Yeah, that came into my mind. Just this all things, you say you suggest me something else, so I'll get it in my mind. So likewise, he said me this the thing, approach and all. So I kept that on
Yeah.
mind. At least we're talking on 1 hour. If I like come to learn two three like the productive sentences, that is like so that's what I'm getting all those things as well. Uh, so yeah, how is your brother, by the way, Subirda?
He's fine. Yeah. He's just across this wall, and he's in his room, isolated
Mm.
because of whatever's spread around the world right now. And yeah, that's it.
So
But he's fine. He's fine. Yeah.
and how about our bhabi? No, yeah, she's good.
Yeah. Who?
Your missus, I mean.
Oh, I'm separated.
Okay. Sorry to know that. Anyways, yeah, it's a part of life.
Don't be.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry.
Don't be.
Okay. So yeah, I'm sorry to ask that question, but I didn't know about that.
It's perfectly okay, man. It's cool.
Yeah. So so yeah, sir. So it's almost been okay 1 hour. So yeah. So lastly, I'd like to thank you so much. Like maybe the next time, with the upgrade version of my podcasting, I'm working on it with my website, on my own website, so that it would look kind of professional as well. Going instead of live with Instagram on stage. So I'm working
Yeah.
and yes, I'll be inviting you on that time also. I don't think so. Like like
Just tell
so.
me the day and the time, and I'll be there. End of story.
Thank you so much. Like it means a lot. So
Most welcome. And I wish you all the best. Best of luck for that. Though.
so yeah. So the last thing is like, what would you like to say, like the upcoming artist, or say your fan following? What to do with how to grow up in music thing. Also, you are told like you need to stick in one thing to get a prize. So
I always get confused when somebody asks me this, what advice would you give? Because, every times have changed so much. And the way music is made has changed so much. There are literally people sitting in their bedroom with a computer and a MIDI keyboard and making a song right now. And it'll be released tomorrow on some streaming platform for the whole world to hear. It was not like that when we made music many, many years back.
yeah,
So I don't know what advice to give. I would just say that, whatever you're doing, just don't be pressured into any kind of music that, man, I must make this kind of music because people tend to like this, or like want to make, should make this kind of music. Do what you like. Do what makes you happy. Otherwise, music will never make you happy. That is all I can say. It's just make music that makes you happy. Otherwise, it won't be there won't be a reciprocal exchange.
Right.
Music is not going to make you happy. Listening to your own music is not going to make you happy because you're making it for, not making it for yourself. You're making it thinking that other people will like it when you yourself probably don't.
Yeah.
So how will it make you happy? You would not want to listen to it yourself. So no. Do what you want to make. Do what makes you happy. Do express yourself in the most beautiful way that you know and that you can. Something that you will today, tomorrow, and 10 years from now will be proud of. That's all. That's all I can say.
So yeah, so this is the last question now.
Sure. Man.
So like, is it like, do you do kind of say it riyaz, like for particular hours, like for morning or evening time? Do you have that schedule? Like, so what would you
Every
like
day.
every day? No. So yeah, because I had seen these days, like if there is a gig within, like for say it for 2 weeks later, they'll start practicing. Like no, please, see
But,
that. So yeah, what would you
but
say?
see, every day that you do not practice, you are setting yourself one day back from what you knew yesterday, from how good were you yesterday. So no matter who you are, what you become, regular practice is the most important thing. And what I tell all my students is the three most important things if you want to be a good singer is patience, perseverance, and most importantly, practice, regular practice every day. So I'll give you an example of this. Unfortunately, I've forgotten his name. He was a violin player and he was 91 years old. And he used to practice every day for these 2, 3 years. And he was, I think, world famous or something like that. I read about this somewhere. And so somebody in an interview asked him, "Well, why do you practice every day? You're already world famous and you've done it all." He said, "I think I can improve a little. I have scope for improvement." And that is the bottom line. There is always scope for improvement, no matter who you are. No matter if you're the best vocalist in the world, there is scope for improvement. And that will only happen if you practice every day and if you practice religiously and get the right guidance. Don't screw up your throat by practicing all the wrong stuff. That's very important. People disregard that guidance bit a lot, but it's changing now, luckily.
So yeah, so we'll just wind up. You have your classes now. It's 1 hour. Like because I don't want to, like waste of your time. Because you had already created a 1 hour.
It's been real good fun talking to you. Trust me.
Same here, like, like. So I don't know how to say, like thank you, but yeah, abundance of thanks to you, like, and I'll keep in touch.
Thank you for having me, man.
I'll
Thank
keep
you.
you. I mean, I do have some of the initiative which I'm looking forward for. I'll draft you, or else I'll send you. You just go through that. If there is any suggestions, you can put up.
Surely.
You tell me as phone brother. You can hold me also. No, what you are doing. So, so
I'll
thanks.
definitely go through them.
Thank you. Namaste.
Thank you.
And
Thank you. Namaste. Thank you so much. Bye.
bye.